All right, team. How's it going? I hope you're doing really, really well. I just want to kick off, as always, by saying thanks so much. We've had a really great conversation over the past 24 hours. We had an awesome, awesome stream last night. Lots of engagement, lots of discussion. And please just keep it up. Like I said a million times before, I read every single message that, every single comment that you make, and I try to respond to as many as possible. So please keep that incredible feedback coming. I really, really appreciate it. It means the world. We have, as many of you know, and if you're tuning in for the first time, I started playing Guild Wars about 2 weeks ago. This is our, I think our 13th video, but our 12th kind of day of play where we're trying out different professions, and we're just kind of going through what is that experience of a new player in Guild Wars 2. Something that we added last week was watching these great videos by Wood and Potatoes. Since I'm new to Tyria and Guild Wars in general, I never played the original Guild Wars game. These primers have been really great for helping me just understand a little bit more about this world that we're inhabiting and playing in. So with that being said, we're going to jump into another one. Now, I think what we might do, because this one is 25 minutes long, we'll probably watch half of it tonight. We'll watch half of it tomorrow. This is on the lore around the Flameseeker prophecy, I believe it is. So we're going to jump in. We're going to watch that. And then we're going to go back and play some more of the Sylvari Elementalists that I created last night. And as always, thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in. Always feel free to subscribe. I think you get alerts if you do. But outside of that, just kick back and we're going to have some fun.
For over 1,000 years, humans had worshipped the 5 true gods: Dwayna, Balthazar, Melandru, Grenth, and Lissa. They were mysterious travellers of the mists who, in a time long ago, had found the world of Tyria in a state of disrepair. They shaped it, bringing new life and undoing damage left in the wake of some older threat now silenced. Soon, Tyria became the lush and beautiful world humanity had come to live in. The gods lived in the holy city of Arar among mankind. The city's streets were lined with statues to them, and great parades were made in front of their quarters. Originally, there were 6 gods, but when Abaddon, the god of water and secrets, gave magic to the races of the world, it caused chaos as they turned it on one another in warfare. A man named Doric, who would later become king of all mankind, saw this destruction and travelled to Or, where Arar was located, to meet with the gods. He pleaded with them to take back their gift of magic, lest the world tear itself apart, and they conceded. Abaddon, though, did not agree. He fought the other gods against the decision, and only the combined might of the other 5 was enough to silence him, cast down and imprisoned within another reality, the realm of torment. Magic had been gifted to the races with the Bloodstone, a large chunk of magical rock. With an offering of Doric's blood, the gods split the Bloodstone apart. Its shards were cast into the caldera of a volcano on the hellish Fire Island chain, and, with that, the gods left Tyria and returned to the mists. For the next 1,000 years, they'd continued to interact with the world, but only from a distance, sending ambassadors or avatars in their place. They'd abandoned Arar, and though Or grew and changed, its holiest of cities remained the same, preserved in the hopes the gods would, one day, return. Their quarters were left derelict and intact, until all was sunk to the bottom of the ocean in the Cataclysm, many years later. 1072 years after the exodus of the gods. 1 year after the Cataclysm. The band of Ascalonian refugees stood on the banks of the Amnoon oasis. They'd been told to ascend, which would give them the gift of true sight. This could be used to defeat the White Mantle, as was written in the Flameseeker prophecies. But how? Vizier Kilbron had not elaborated before leaving their company. They'd come to the Crystal Desert, far south of Ascalon and the Shiver Peaks. Many over the centuries had visited the wasteland, seeking ascension for themselves, but they, and the brief civilizations they birthed, had all ultimately been swallowed by the sands, their scattered remains the only evidence they ever existed. Long before even this, the whole region flowed with water. It was called the Crystal Sea. A group of men, the Marganites, sailed its waves, but when Abaddon, god of water, was cast from the world, the sea dried up. Now only the deteriorating ships of those seafarers still endured from that ancient time before the Exodus. The Crystal Desert was inhospitable and secluded from the outside world. A few men eased out a meagre existence at the Amnoon Oasis, but deeper inland were only the passive ghosts and spirits of lost civilizations lingering on Tyria, where they had once failed to ascend. One such ghost was Chirai Ossa. Once a hero of his people, he had led them to their end on the dunes. He failed those who believed in him, and now his spirit was unable to pass to the mists. Only by redeeming himself and helping others attain a...
Hey everyone, for those that just joined, we are watching Wood and Potatoes lore series. This one is about the Flame Seeker prophecy. Thanks for being here, really appreciate it. Then we're going to jump into the game in probably about 10 minutes and play an Elementalist.
Ascension, or become closer to the gods as he put it, could Chirai leave the desert and finally reach the afterlife. He became something of a guide for the heroes. Ascending meant reaching Augury Rock, a mesa to the east, perhaps once a lone island in the surrounding seas, now turned to desert. The site was curious, and clearly the mesa was not entirely natural. Long markings were etched into the cliff face, and located nearby were a collection of peculiar stone objects. Chirai explained that Augury Rock was hollow. There was a sacred hall deep inside it where they could ascend, but to reach it first the heroes had to complete 3 steps of a ritual. This would not be simple, as this would draw unwanted attention from a race of serpent people, the Forgotten. In truth, the Crystal Desert had not beaten...
Oh, Skyhawk, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. I have, as you know, always really appreciated your comments. They are so in-depth. I know that they take some time to write, and I read every word of them. So thanks so much for waking up early and for being here. Really means a lot.
Every civilization that came to it. For the Forgotten, the sands were the last safe place on all of Tyria. These serpents had once served as protectors and watchers of the planet while it was being shaped by the gods, but they had been fought, killed, and pushed back over the years, until now only the Crystal Desert was safe to them. Since the exodus of the gods, the Forgotten in the desert had served their mistress, the Oracle. On her behest, they watched over the trials of Ascension, ensuring only those worthy would find success. Not necessarily evil, the Forgotten would fight and kill those who could not stand up to them. The first task was to draw the gaze of the gods. Years past, Chirai Ossa's people, the Elonians, had built themselves a temple for this purpose, but it was since captured and a pretender now sat on the throne. Chirai led the heroes to reclaim it, and, after a hard-fought battle against Forgotten and the mammoth siege worms of the desert, it and the gaze of the gods was won. This needed to be focused in the second task, with the Vision Crystal, an object split in 3 fragments that were strewn about ruins to the north. The Elonians, distrustful, had obsessed over the fragments they found, forming splinter factions that hoarded them. Unable to unite, their infighting doomed them, and it was here that Chirai Ossa's people failed to become closer to the gods. Harried by Forgotten on all sides, the heroes travelled to the final resting place of each shard and rebuilt the crystal for themselves. Under the focus of the gods came the last task, for the heroes to prove themselves worthy to the Forgotten once and for all. South at the Thirsty River...
I know those types of nights. I know them. But usually, not always the case, but usually when you have those types of nights, you go through a somewhat sleepy day, and then you sleep really, really well the next night. So here's hoping.
Waited 6 teams of the Snake Men, each prepared for a fight to the death. One by one, though, the Forgotten and their priests were slain, and upon sure victory, the ritual was complete. The heroes returned to the mesa. They placed the Vision Crystal on a stone pedestal at the base of the cliff, where a light from above shone down and was focused upon it. 3 nearby stones carved into the floor, one representing each past test, began to glow, and suddenly the entire mesa split open in an explosion of light, revealing the way inside. One at a time, each hero stepped forward. The Hall of Ascension was a circular room of otherworldly golden architecture, adorned with elaborate paintings and statues of the gods.
I'm getting major Indiana Jones vibes right now.
That the heroes had to defeat themselves. A battle of wits as much as strength. Only when they could outsmart their ghostly imposter and slay it did each hero in
Good morning, Helga.
the final test.
I hope all is well in Germany this morning. Or should I say Deutschland?
They had ascended. Chirai's spirit was now free to leave Tyria. The various afterlives and realms of the gods existed in the mists, and
Great
magic
to have you
spans
here
that
as
bound the
always.
universe together, past, present, and future. Many years ago, a powerful mage, Lord Odrin,
Great
had
to see
created
you
a
as well,
portal to
Pixie.
the mists,
Welcome,
deep
welcome.
in a tomb of primeval Elonan kings, and Shirai schemed to travel through it himself. He and the heroes parted ways. For the heroes, though, the Forgotten lowered their weapons and showed the way to their mysterious master, the Oracle. She lived in the desert, but her lair was concealed in a single crystalline grain of sand, near impossible to find without access to the teleporter entrance.
Wow, that if I heard that correctly, her lair was hidden in a single crystalline grain of sand. That's incredible. What a nice uh, little element of lore. Plan today. Plan today. So we are going to watch about another. This is a 28-minute video, so we're not going to watch it all today. We'll watch the other half tomorrow. So we'll watch another 7 minutes or so. And then we're going to jump in and we're going to play that Elementalist a little bit further that we created yesterday, understanding that I took like 9 hours to create it and didn't actually play it that much. So we're going to play the Elementalist a little bit further. And also, I thought something that would be fun for us to do is to start taking a look at, I'm sure you all do this anyway, but to start taking a look at some of the more recent videos around Guild Wars 2 that are being posted, what people are saying and talking about. I did a search earlier today and I noticed there's other people, other World of Warcraft players that are talking about coming over and playing Guild Wars 2. And I thought we could start doing some of that on the stream too, just checking out what's new on YouTube around the game.
By 6 dragon spirits, facets of the prophet herself. Indeed, Glint, the oracle and weaver of the Flameseeker prophecies, was herself a dragon, a living relic of the world before the human gods had ever come to Tyria. Many years ago she had foreseen the events now taking place, and now the chosen destined to defeat the White Mantle and their unseen masters stood before her. But how could they fight gods? Glint revealed the true nature of the Unseen Ones. Not gods, they were merely a race of expert ancient spellcasters. They were called the Messart. With magic of their own devising, the Messart had mastered the art of concealment, and only with the gift of true sight, attained through ascension, could they be seen and killed. This is why Kilbrand had guided the heroes to the desert.
I'm glad there's a little nostalgia
While the
to
party
them.
traveled the wastes, though. There was still hope for the Shining Blade, but Avinia and Saidra, their 2 remaining leaders, were captured in the southern Shiver Peaks. Time was short. With this, the heroes travelled to the mountains and rejoined the conflict between Blade and Mantle. What of the Vizier and the Scepter of Ore, though, Glint did not say. After the Bloodstones were cast by the gods into the volcano at the Fire Island chain 1,000 years ago, it had erupted, sending the shards across the land.
Yes.
One chunk had landed in the Maguna Jungle.
Needless to say, Pixie, there is more that is confusing to me than is not confusing at this point in time.
The Shining Blade stragglers in the Shiver Peaks could be executed upon it in the same way they had been murdering the Chosen. The Shining Blade still didn't know why the White Mantle were doing this, but Avinia and Saidra awaited that very fate. Fortunately, the mountains were no safer for the White Mantle than any other humans. This was dwarf territory, the hate-filled stone summit, led by Dagnar's Stonepate, Prince Rurik's...
I think I've mentioned this before, I'm really interested in the lore around the dwarves, particularly that, if I understand correctly, they're being an extinct race. So that's something I'm looking forward to hearing much more about.
Murderer were making progress in their civil war with the Deldrimor dwarves, and they would kill any human, irrespective...
That's my hope, Skyhawk. That's my hope.
This may have brought the newly ascended heroes some time. They travelled to Droknar's Forge, a large Deldrimor stronghold, and once again made allies with King Jarlis. They agreed that the heroes and Shining Blade would fight the Stone Summit if the Deldrimor dwarves helped fight the many White Mantle and Messart forces that had come to the area. In fact, now that the Messart could be seen, it became clear how many of these supposed gods there really were. They swarmed the Shiver Peaks, determined to defeat the Chosen prophesied by Glint to kill them. The Unseen Ones had no preference or care for dwarves or their allegiances, and killed both Stone Summit and Deldrimor alike.
Ooh, interesting.
The Shiver Peaks were in turmoil, a group in every corner built on uneasy allegiances, vying for control. Messart patrolled and guarded the cages which held Avinia and Saidra. While they could now be seen, it was soon obvious they could not be fought. The Massart still possessed a devastating magic, spectral agony.
Yeah, I'm curious how old you are. I'll let you all give a guess first before I tell you. I'm more interested in how old you all think I am than you probably are, and wondering how old I actually am.
Reuniting for the first time since the White Mantle ambush at Sanctum Cave. Yet they were spotted, and a gathering of Massart encircled them. Caught with no defense, there was no chance for escape, but Saidra, despite Evinia's pleas, fled from the scene into the thick of the Massart, sacrificing herself. Strong, she was not immediately cut down, and she brought Evinia and her friends enough time to slip by before succumbing to the Massart. Hotly pursued, the party fled through the mountains to rendezvous with the Deldemore forces nearby, who lifted them to safety. With another ally killed and the Massart's power made clear, Evinia hatched a plan. First, she wanted vengeance for Saidra's death and the breaking of the Shining Blade. Marcus, the traitor, who had been leaking information to the White Mantle, had been spotted nearby with a host of Mantle and Massart. Evinia would hunt him down and kill him. Additionally, the Deldemore dwarves, themselves just as ancient as the Massart, told tales of a great war the Massart once waged with another powerful, now defeated...
You are all dialed in right there. I'm really, really impressed. I'm 31. Very impressive. Very impressive.
Race, the Seers. There was a surviving seer nearby, and it could perhaps offer Evinia and her allies advice on how to counter the Massart's spectral agony. They set off. Not difficult to find, the seer was in a small cave plagued by spirits. It floated eerily as the Massart did, and spoke with a cold, alien voice. In fact, everything about the...
Some days I feel young, some days I don't feel quite so young anymore.
This ancient being was more native to Tyria than any of the humans stood before it. The seer knew about Glint and the Flameseeker prophecies. It hated the Massart, and because the heroes...
Your prizes are getting to watch me fall off of cliffs and guild halls and get knocked down by NPCs that are not powerful at all.
Were prophesied to do what its entire race could not. It offered aid. With the spectral essence of a nearby phantom, the creature infused the hero's armor with a magical protection, rendering the Massart's spectral agony useless, exactly what they needed to be able to fight back. Marcus was close. When Evinia found him, he taunted her, showing no remorse for his actions and claiming to have enjoyed watching Saidra die. He was flanked by Massart. A battle ensued, but for the first time, the Massart could be killed. Marcus' corpse lay crumbled on the snow, and at last the lives of those killed at the Henge of Den Ravi were avenged. The Shining Blade had made progress. Things had taken a turn for the worse, though. For the...
Okay, that's a good stopping point. Right there. We've got that's about almost exactly halfway through the video. We will cut it there. We'll jump in game. Yeah. Too old to be in the 20s, young enough to have a stream. Although I don't know how much longer that will hold true. But for now, it still does. Here we go. There was a great comment. I don't know if you all saw this on yesterday's video. And I can't remember who said it now. I'll have to go back and look. But somebody had said I missed... an opportunity to call the Sylvari Silver Cork, which I think would have actually been really, really good and really on brand, but or on race, I should say. But that's okay. That's okay. Here we go. And Skyhawk, I believe it was your comment. I apologize if it was somebody else's, but I promised that we would try to make it to... are we here? Have I not even discovered it yet? We would try to make it to the city, and I would look up. Or I guess it's not actually a city, but the capital. So we're going to try to do that too. What am I up to here? Defeat undead, revive territory markers, rebuild fortifications, and spar with local wardens. Oh, okay, that's good to know. Maybe we'll do that then.
Be safe.
I know I don't have to read these NPC dialogues, but they always add a little bit extra, so I try to read them if I remember. What are we getting for logging in today? Ah, bag of mystic coins, okay. We're good. Alright, should we go to the grove then? Where... Oh, I see. Okay. Head down there. I don't think there's a waystone I can... There one? There we go. And thanks to everyone else who's joining the stream live. We really appreciate it. I notice each night our live numbers go up, so it's always nice when people take a little bit of time out of their days to spend it here with this community and this guy that doesn't know what the hell he's doing most of the time. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad that you all kind of watching this experience through my eyes brings back some nostalgia. That was a lot of my hope in doing this stream. That we all remember the first time we played a game we love, and you can never recreate it, but sometimes you can live a little bit vicariously through somebody else experiencing it for the first time. Hey Coyote, nice to see you. Welcome, welcome, as always. An influencer. Hardly an influencer. I am the one being influenced by a bunch of people that know much more about this game and this world than I do. And I'm grateful for it. What? Oh my goodness.
Truth is, I took a jig when I should have taken a jag. I was heading toward Lion's Arch.
That is incredible.
Way off track. I bet you can't even find your mouth when you're hungry. Just joking.
Wow, look at this place. Is that a jumping puzzle to get up to the top there? Let's see. L tree. That's incredible. Look at that. As always, the attention to detail in this game is what I find just to be so captivating. I mean, look, I know I do it all the time, and I'm so sorry if it ever gets annoying, but just look at this. With the waterfall, oh my goodness. And I can see Skyhawk, I was saying last night, I can see why players like yourself have thousands and thousands of screenshots. Because why wouldn't you? Playing a game this beautiful. That's your character's mother. I love I love that. And by the way, if you ever see me looking down, it's because I keep an iPad just out of frame below me, and this is where I watch chat to make sure I'm hopefully not missing too many comments. Oh, you saw 2 new tunes. Great, Cody. Just to take some jumping. Okay, I see some lily pads here. Ah, okay. Let's test. I haven't done any jump puzzles for a while, so this isn't probably going to go well. Bear with me, because I really want to take in this vista. Oh. This is so nerve-wracking. It's one thing when you do jump puzzles by yourself playing a game, but when you're streaming live and then later hundreds of people are watching it, there's a little extra sense of added pressure. Oh. Oh no. Make you work for this one. All right. Wow. Look at this. One of the more, probably the most beautiful thing I've seen in the game so far. And as you know, I'm watching this in 6K in front of me. I have a 6K monitor. And man, does it look great. Wow. $12 hours. Move, then jump for longer jumps. Jump and hit movement for a bunny hop. Get a touch higher. Hit dodge plus jump. Oh. Oh my. Everybody's telling me that this is just the beginning. I can't wait to get to... Uh-oh. Was that too high? No, it wasn't. It was not too high. Jumps. Wow. This is really incredible. There's, I don't know if anybody has played World of Warcraft recently, but there, in the most recent expansion, Shadowlands, there's a new area called Ardenwald, which is kind of like a fairy otherworld, netherworld. And I have to think that it was influenced partly by this. It just looks, there's just too much similarity. And I have to think that some of the WoW developers definitely saw the Grove and are taking some things from it. What is this? Descend? Yes, you won the monitor. It will arrive in 11 years. Just wait very patiently for it. Nectar plant. Okay. I would like to drink from the nectar plant. Nice. Wow, this area, massive. So it's multi-level as well. Get this. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Stunning. You all know that I love glowy effects. Nice. Wow. Oh my goodness. Can we just stop and take a break here? Look at this. The lowest floor of the grove at nighttime. Okay. You know, I often think when the developers are making something like this is such an asymmetrical city, right? When something like Divinity's Reach is really impressive, but it's also very symmetrical. It works as effectively a hub and spoke, right? And that's a very common design. But this is not common. There's not a great reference point for something like this. So I would love for the developers at some point to just do, and maybe they've done this already, but to do a video of designing the Grove and what went into it and how they conceived of it over time. I can set it to show Tyrion time.
So far, Mandrake is the most joyous plant I've ever known.
Where would I do that at? Is that in game menu somewhere?
Perhaps that is
In-game clock. Tyrion time. Oh, okay. Very cool. Nice. Yeah, they really do. I mean, this is stunning here.
Take care of yourself.
seek and you shall find.
Okay. Wow. Just like that with all of these. Oh my goodness. This is the whole stream tonight. This is the whole stream. We're just going to stand here and talk for 30 minutes while these particle effects float around. Okay, night starts at 8 o'clock. Great. Time. Whoa, what's this? What do we have here?
Are you all right? What's troubling?
Whoa, oh, it's a portal to Lion's Arch. Okay. I dive through it. Did not intend to go to Lion's Arch right now. Definitely a little bit of an accident. Back to the Grove we go. I did. I saw it during the last beta, because I think that's where, when we created the elite specialization classes, that's where the beta dropped us into.
What a sin.
I haven't seen you around.
What do you guys think? Can I jump into this water and not die? We'll do it from the bridge. Go ahead. So, my goal, dive into this water and not die. Jump, jump, jump. Okay, that did not work. That was very shallow water. Very very shallow indeed. I felt so confident that was going to end well. If you'd like to continue to the Dreamer's Terrace. I don't know, would I? Not yet. Oh wow, look at this. You know, this is the first time that I've actually gone underwater. I love that effect of the camera lens, the first person camera lens having water on it when you resurface. That's a really nice touch. Everybody knew there was shallow water. Thanks, team. Alright, so you said hop in the water on the north side. There's a passage. Up here? Whoa, what is this? Further, is it? You can collect cats? Well, hold on then. Go visit this kitten. I'll be back for you, cat. You can fill your home instance with cats. I love it. Alright, we'll come back to the Grove. I don't know if I won't be streaming long enough to do it tonight, but we'll come back tomorrow. Let's go back to our questing. Our nearest waypoint. Go. Hit page up when I'm in the map. Oh, very cool. Oh, that's nice. I see.
Pardon me. I'd like to talk to you.
Like I've already
Welcome
spoken to her.
Astoria. As you journey forth into the unknown, know that you are not alone.
Done that. Off we go. Was waypoint there? Okay. All right, defeat undead. Oh. Oops.
Seize the moment.
Moving out of the quest area. Elementalist has some really great looking animations. Say that. Oh, I can spar with the wardens. Slow-mo vid by that shaman. Okay, we can check that out. Coyote, have a great night. Have a great night. Thanks so much for tuning in. I always really appreciate it. Be well. Okay, I'm really looking forward to checking out some of these Elementalist animation videos. Where are the wardens at? How do I spar with them? Do I have to talk to them first?
Be careful.
Get off to. Specific coordinates, okay.
I smell undead approaching. Be ready.
Kill everything.
I love the world events. A basic spider leg.
This battle is over.
I love how your wrists have flames in them when you're fighting. That's so cool. It's such a nice little particle that they do.
The cave ahead is thick with undead. It'll be more dangerous from here on.
Ah, great tip. Thank you, Skyhawk. Yeah, I really love these events. It's such a distinguishing factor of this game. And I can tell you, I've been playing the New World beta, and alpha actually, for that matter. And New World is taking a lot of hints and tips from Guild Wars 2. Having played Guild Wars a bit now, I can absolutely say that the combat systems, the world building systems, a lot of this came as a major inspiration from Guild Wars 4 New World. And I've also been playing the Ashes of Creation Alpha, and I see much of the same. Ashes of Creation trying to do a lot of what Guild Wars has done, particularly from the combat perspective.
Defeating the undead was easier than I'd imagined.
Yeah, so I'll hang around here. Whoa. Oh no.
There's no way I could slay my own net. I'll have to find others to put her to rest.
Oh. Okay, New World has a few Guild Wars devs. That makes sense. That was an AoE loot key. Thank you very much for the tip. We are AoE looting. Whoa, that's a comet, right? Making sure I'm getting my nomenclature down, but that looks like a comet. Colorful comet. Not as tame. All right, what's this one? We have the spider cave. Sounds fun and terrifying. We level up.
I can't believe it. The egg is
Oh, what do we have here? What just... We've got our water attunement.
It will make a fantastic companion. Hard ground makes stronger roots.
Ooh, that was cool. You know, I believe it. Whoa, look at that. Team water is pretty cool as well. So what do these actually do? Cast a vapor blade that inflicts vulnerability and returns to you. Vulnerability for 6 seconds, 1% incoming damage. Okay, addition damage. Spray icy blast, 4x 100. So this has a healing function as well. That's really cool. That's really cool. And then we've got detonate a burst of ice that chills nearby foes. Chill 3 seconds. 66% skill recharge and movement speed. Okay, that's a nice debuff. So let me ask you this, team. Even at this level, level 5, should I be kicking back and forth between F1 and F2 and using both in the same fight? So should I be doing, you know, something like this, then jumping over and, you know, okay, so stay in fire, and then if I need support or if I need to heal beyond my 6 key, then I can jump over into water and do that. Got it. You can definitely see why this class has, or this profession has, such a high skill cap. And that thing is cool. Whoa! Look at that! What just happened to me? Smaller than usual, you feel tiny. Small spaces are no barrier to you. Okay, is there a small space that I can climb into? Water attunement, healing and CC. Fire attunement, might boon. Dex power and condition. Okay, got it. That makes sense. Thanks, Skyhawk. Thanks, Helga. Thanks, Pixie. Oh. I may be small, but I'm still mighty. Where are these spiders at? Okay. Okay, where are these spider holes? These things? Oh, gross! That's unexpected. I like that. Something I've never liked about WoW is damage rotations. One, because I like to just sometimes just use skills that I like the look of. But more importantly, damage rotations can get really boring, as I'm sure you all know really quickly. You get to this point where you're playing, we play these MMOs for a long amount of time. We invest a lot into them. And with damage rotations, you're just sitting there spamming the same series of keys over and over again. And I'm sure sometimes in Guild Wars you have to do that as well, but it's just so tedious for that to be such a critical part of the game. And I'm already seeing that how much more fun this is and how much more versatility there is. I guess this is all to say it feels as though there are multiple routes and multiple pathways to be successful in Guild Wars, when in other MMOs and other games in general, it can often feel like there is one or two ways of doing things, and if you don't do them that way, you're in a tricky spot. It's never particularly fun. We have a world quest here too. Yeah, found an arachnophobe a little bit, actually. You get Glyph of Lesser Elementals. Using that will allow you to stack up to 3 elementals to help you. Very cool. I think that's great. I've always been a massive proponent that an MMO can attract many different types of players. It can be a person that loves crafting, a PvP or a PvE, or people that enjoy just traveling the world and taking in the vistas, people that will sit at their computer and they can play for 12 hours straight, or people that can only play for a half an hour a couple times a week. And I've never played a game where all of those different player profiles are so incredibly well integrated and accommodated as they are in Guild Wars. It's really, really impressive. And it makes the game feel accessible. I think that's really impressive.
Sweet.
Great Spider Queen. There. Ah, very cool.
Element of fire, obey me.
How did I discover Guild Wars? Great question, Dan. I had, let's see, when did Guild Wars come out? Was it 2011, 2012? Does that sound right? In any case, I was playing World of Warcraft. So I've known about Guild Wars for a really long time. I was playing World of Warcraft, thinking of what other MMOs I wanted to play. WoW was getting a little bit stale in between expansions. I knew that at the time Elder Scrolls was coming out and Guild Wars was coming out. And I did a bunch of research about it. Guild Wars seemed really great. And then I got distracted, ended up playing the next expansion of WoW and never played Guild Wars. So, as if for anybody who follows things, 2012, yep. For anyone who follows things, you probably have heard about the many issues that Blizzard is currently facing. Horrible claims of sexual harassment in the workplace, a lot of distrust of management, a toxic environment, and this is all kind of happening at the same time where WoW just isn't as fun as it once was. The community isn't as united as it once was. The content feels a little bit too much more pay to win, and it's just frustrating game mechanics. So I thought, you know, I'm always going to play WoW. It's always going to have a special place, but why not seek out some of the games that I've known of for a long time and always wanted to play? So I watched some YouTube videos, and I saw that people were still raving about Guild Wars 2, and that the feedback on it was really the best it's ever been in these past few years. And I thought, okay, now's the time to really get into the game and play it and learn. And I thought, what a great way to do it, but to do it publicly and let other people see what I'm experiencing, see maybe the frustrations that I have or the joys that I have in it. So far, it's been all fun. I have had no complaints about this game. I'm sure at some point I will. That's natural for a game of this size, but it's just been incredibly positive to date. But with that being said, team, I think I'm going to call it quits here tonight. We've got to level 6. We unlocked our water attunement. We went and saw the grove. And wait, is 8:25 p.m. Is that nighttime now in the game? Are we moving into night? Before I actually log, if it's nighttime, I'm going to go back to the grove real quick. Yes, let's go back. Okay, everyone, just kind of am I going to the lower level where I died before? Boom. Go to the bottom floor. Oh, get out of here. Oh my gosh. Look at this. You all, great suggestion. Thank you so much. This makes my night. I feel like I'm in a giant glowworm cave. I did say I like particle effects. I absolutely said that, and that is true. Look at this. And so this happens at nighttime. I mean, that, again, that level of dynamism makes the game that much more special, knowing that the environments that you recognize can be very different at a different time of day. That's a deeply complex game mechanic to implement. But wow, is it worth it? Really enjoying the Sylvari, really enjoying this Elementalist. A lot of fun. Yeah, it does. It does look like Avatar. Oh, there's a view. Let's go up to it. I keep saying that I'm going to log off, then I see something else I want to do. In a safe haven to spend the night. Well said. Oh god. Ooh. Wait, I lost where am I going? Oh. So close. Oh no. jump, then forward at top of jump. Okay. So more like practice here. Am I not here? Confused. Here we are. Wow. I love the music too. How beautiful is that? Oh my goodness. These viewpoints are such great game mechanics. And it really allows you to step out of the game for a moment and just enjoy things, which I think is really special.
I must win back her favor. Forget her. You'll find another. Don't say such things.
Wow, that was awesome.
I forget her. She rules my life. I'll challenge her new love to a duel.
All right, everyone. That's it. I mean it this time. This is too good of a way to go. Just beautiful. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for all the tips and just for hanging out with me for an hour. I really appreciate it. I know you all are all over the world. Many of you are in Chalice of Tears later. Don't rush there. Chalice of Pain. Okay, noted. I know many of you are in different parts of Europe and in Australia and here in the US as well. So I hope for those of you that have started tomorrow and you're in the future, at least from my perspective, that you have really great days, that you're safe, you're healthy, you're well, and you're happy. And as always, thanks for making these streams so much fun. You all rock. I really, really appreciate you being here. I really appreciate the comments. And even if you are sleep deprived, I understand, Skyhawk. So I hope you all have a great, great night. Helga, have a great day in Germany. And everyone, just take care and be well. Thanks again.